reason why I don't care about a woman's past, a woman can say she had 25, 35 sexual partners. I don't care about all that. They don't intimidate me because I always say the version of her that I'm going to get, no man has ever had. Because I know how to cultivate that woman.
You preaching.
I know how to provide something in your life that no man has ever been able to provide.
True.
I know how to extract and cultivate something out of you that no man has been able to cultivate out of you.
Salutations, family, and welcome back to Ride Along with the Storm. The clip you just seen, family, was a gentleman on some podcast on the internet. Right now, the internet is strewn and littered with podcasts, numerous podcasts, just talking heads and people sitting in front of microphones and trying to give, I guess, advice or spread some kind of knowledge that they don't have. In the clip that you just seen with this gentleman is talking complete nonsense. It's all hyperbole. To start with, men, you can never allow yourself to be shamed into believing that knowing how many sexual partners a woman has or wanting to know that information makes you less of a man, it makes you insecure or anything else. Never let anyone shame you into believing that requiring that a woman has sexual propriety and discernment in who she gives her body to is one of the most important things that a man could do. When you look at it, family, a woman's value is tied to her chastity and her chasteness. When you look at it, family, no one wants a woman who's been promiscuous, who's been readily available to numerous men, who spread herself thin out here and just engage numerous and random men in sexual intercourse. It's just ridiculous. It's just like I heard the Honorable Elijah Muhammad give a sermon once, and he explained. He said, when you go into a store, the stuff of the most value is kept in the back behind the case. When you go out and you have to search for diamonds and gold, even in nature, that stuff is deep underground. You have to dig and drill, and you have to go deep inside the earth to find these things. That's because things of value aren't readily accessible. And that even goes with a woman. When you're dealing with a woman that's readily acceptable for sexual intercourse to numerous men, that woman is of low value. So if you have anybody trying to convince you that you caring about a woman, the number of men a woman's been with, or you caring about how many sexual partners that your paramour has had in the past, then that makes 100% complete sense. When you look at it out here, when you see these dudes that talk that nonsense, that they don't care about how many sexual partners a woman has had in the past, it's because they don't have any intentions for that woman. They don't have their movements and their actions have no intentionality to them. These are the guys who run around from woman to woman who hit it and quit it. They're looking for loose women because they know by that woman being loose in the past, they think almost 100% of the time that woman is also going to be easy and going to be loose and easy for him to have sex with. When you're dealing with upstanding, real men don't want women who are easy. Real men don't want women who are readily accessible. One of the sexiest things a woman can be is unavailable to other men to a man. A woman can be beautiful. She can have beautiful hair. She can have a beautiful body. She can dress sensually. She can be captivating. She can be everything she wants to be. But if she's readily available to all men, men are going to find her unattractive ultimately every time. Now, they'll sleep with her. They'll have sex with her. They'll engage in playful relationships with her. But when you're talking about long-term committed relationships, a man wants a woman with limited availability to other men. Those are the type of women that men make their wives. Women who are unavailable to other men. And that's real talk. But you see this dude, and he's talking about that he can cultivate a woman and give her something that no other man has done in order to elicit positive behaviors out this woman. That's complete foolishness. You get dudes on here talking this hyperbole and talking hyperbole about they can cultivate and elicit certain behaviors out of a woman. You gotta know them dudes are talking nonsense, especially when you can look at these dudes and you can discern these dudes aren't ladies' men. These dudes have never had women in their lives. Most of these dudes, if you really look at them, they was nerds in high school. They never had any women. They went off to college, may have had 1 or 2 sexual trysts in college, because everybody knows college is a free-for-all. A lot of people are exploring themselves. It's their first time away from home in an adult atmosphere. They're exploring their sexuality. So, you know, they're going to get their thing off like that. But a lot of these dudes out here giving y'all information and call themselves spread knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. These dudes are talking hyperbole. These dudes are talking nonsense. And you should take it with a grain of salt and pay them no attention. But that's going to be all for me on this episode of Inside the Eye of the Storm family. Jump down in the comments and let me know what y'all think. Should a man care about how many past lovers or how many sexual partners have their female paramours had in the past? Or is it immature for a man to want to know how many sexual partners that his female companion has had in the past? Do you believe that men can behave in a certain way or cultivate a certain behavior or elicit a certain behavior out of a woman? Hop down in the comments and let me know what you think, family. I want to start interacting more with the Hall of Fame family and get y'all more interactive with the whole setup. Thank y'all for joining me on this episode of Ride Along with the Storm family. I'm going to catch y'all next time. Peace.
I've been a superstar, and I got paid for what I knew, and I shared the game with them. So much guidance. That's what I did.